Welcome in to the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this morning's live, we're going to go over a couple different things. We'll go over Bitcoin. As we can see, it's still up 0.3% on the day, up about 190 points, but it remains over that 65,000 level at about 65,166 at current press time. We've got XRP pretty flat at 52.8 cents, but it's holding this consolidation perfectly for a continuation to plus 54 cents and possibly a lot further if this can play out properly. But our first big target right now is up at 54 cents and some change. As we can see the way that this chart is setting up right now, we have a very nice daily candle here, very engulfing. And now we're looking to push up today up to about that 54.07 cent level. And then it starts to, it can snowball from there very quickly. We're well within this pattern formation here. This started all the way back in January of 2018. The true resistance right now in this pattern, if you take away the micromanaging, is around 70 cent resistance. Underneath at the floor right now is about 39.2 cents. But it does look like, if you look at the RSI, if this continues up at any length right now, you could have a volatile swing to the upside. And that could even bring us all the way back up near that 70 cent mark. Now, before we can get too excited and go all the way up to 70 cents, we had a couple things we had to do. One, we had to get back above this handle support, which we have absolutely done that now. There is no denying. We're even bouncing off of it in the daily, which is very bullish if we can hold this 508. Right now underneath is 506, but over the top, I'd like to see it over 508. If we're breaking back down and you see it below 505, let's say it's bearish, because then you could start falling back within. But we had a bullish reversal yesterday in the daily, and now we have an engulfing today in the daily. So we could have a volatile swing up here as we get closer to the futures market opening today. I'm very eager to see how not just the futures opens when it comes to the volume coming in, but how the DXY looks. I'm interested to see how the gold and silver starts out this week, because we could have a hot start this week. I'm very interested to see how the total crypto market cap reacts tonight. I know we haven't talked a lot about the total crypto market cap yet here today, but I'm interested to see how this plays out. It's up 3.156 billion or 0.14% at 2.327 billion right now, the total crypto market cap. And it is set up just like Bitcoin. Just like Bitcoin. If I take away all this stuff so that it's easier to see, and then we set this up, because the total crypto market cap is all crypto combined. It's basically the entire formation of all crypto, which I always say it looks more like Bitcoin, because there's the majority of the market cap is in Bitcoin itself at over 55% right now. But you can look at it like this and say that we're on a very nice bullish consolidation here, like a pennant flag maybe. And if we're saying these are in like a falling channel, these are technically bullish continuation patterns, if this is in fact what we're seeing here. So unless there's some more variables that come in the pattern, we came up to resistance, support, resistance, support. Now theoretically, if we push up and do this, I'm telling you, this could form a gigantic W reversal, and this would be a very big bullish continuation. And just from the way that this is measured out, and I just want everybody to see what we could be looking at here, because it's pretty impressive if we were to break up here. Not like, oh my God, we're going into new up and coming levels that we've never seen before. But you're talking 3.07 trillion on a breakup. Now, to be transparent, because I think it's important to be transparent, let's just say for whatever reason this did have a breakdown. Then you're looking at the total crypto market cap down to 1.559. So it's basically, are we going down to 1.559 trillion, or are we going up to 3.07 trillion? Right now, with what we're seeing, that could be a very sneaky bull flag there. And with the way the RSI was going up and now it started to break through that support, this is very bullish if this continues to pull down here on the RSI. I have it inverted, but if you look, it's going. If this just pulls back down, that is very bullish if it continues. We broke this trend line back to the downside in the daily, and now it could very well be on its way. It could be on its way here for a little bit of movement here in the crypto market, or in the total crypto market cap, but also in the crypto space. Right now, as we can see, XRP's down 0.15%, but holding very strong at 52.83 cents. We're back within, like we said, the handle support. And now, as long as we bounce off this and we have an engulfing candle in the daily, our next big area of resistance is up there at 60.1 cents, according to this. But let's take a look at our short-term targets. So, we're back within the rising channel right now. We've bounced off of what looked like a bull flag setup disguised as a bear flag, as we've talked about for about the last week since it's set up. And now we had a technical target we had measured out up to 54.07 cents. On the way down, we know it could go to 42 cents and some change, but I took that off yesterday because we invalidated the down movement for now. And I didn't want to keep it so filled up because it was very hard to read yesterday when we were doing the live. So I made it a little easier for everybody, but as we can see, one of two things is going to happen here. One, we have a little consolidation here, and it continues to hold this 518 level. If you look at it in the smaller time frames, the hourly still, golden cross formed, and in the hourly, the 50 just came through the 200. So that's a more confluent here golden cross, since the 50 did cross the 200 along with the 20 crossing the 200. Now, if it's having a retest, I would expect it to test it, like we said yesterday, around that 518, 519 level. It seems to be an area of concern now. So I think that's a good area to be looking at with this. So that's what I'm looking at for XRP right now. Technical targets come very close to filling, but it has not technically filled out yet. So that's something to be paying attention to. We know this rising channel has been intact for a very long time, a couple years. And now we're trying to just stay above it on the weekly candle close here, so that we can validate that this was just a wick down. The wick tells the lies, the body tells the story. So right now we're really trying to have a daily close over that 516 level. Truth be told, that 51.6 level would be a beautiful close. It would help us maintain some bullish momentum here. And that's what I'm personally looking at to see if we can continue this move up. And it's very much dependent on the fact that we can hold that rising channel support here. If I go through some of the other charts, we talked about how H-bar looked like it was onto a hot start going into the next daily candle, which it is. It was. It's had a nice bounce up here today. We figured it would be an engulfing candle when we talked about this last night. It was at 8.6 cents, and we talked about the move to try to get over 8.8, hold, and then it can push up to the next tier. This is a very big pivot point. When you're above this, we should be able to come up to about that 10.1 cents. Excuse me. So that's what I'm looking at for H-bar, Tanya. If you're watching this morning, remember, we're looking to make sure these grand patterns, even if they do come up, that it's not a left shoulder, head, right? Back up to a right shoulder. We want to make sure it breaks back up past that and we don't put in something like that, because then you would have first peak, second peak, third peak, back to consolidation more than likely. So that would be a huge reset if it failed and did that. Now we're looking at boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And now if it breaks out, you could have a monumental push out, but that's what we're looking at almost across the board. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, almost like a three-peak boom, 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 and down. If that were to happen, it's not just an H-bar, but it's definitely something we've noticed across the board yesterday when we were doing the live, but that doesn't mean we're getting ready to break down yet. We still haven't finished out the targeted moves. We've got XDC, as we know. I'm anticipating big stuff here, but if it does break down, all you know that I'm in. Got about 130,000 tokens, if not a little bit more. And you all know that I'm trying to ride this from like 386 and see what happens here. Obviously, if it breaks down around this 3.6 area, 3.56, well, after a couple percent, you know, and a few dollars, it's not much in a spot if it were to drop down there. But I'm not looking to ride it all the way back down to the descending triangle. So if it were to bust, probably, just for transparency, if it were to bust this short term, right here at 385, I would likely close the position, let it reconsolidate, and go again from there when it restarts. But right now, it looks like you could have an inverse head and shoulder sneakily trying to form here. It's very tricky here this morning on what's going to happen. FYI, but it looks like that could be playing out. If it is, we should come back up here and at least retest that exhaustion candle. That's what I would expect. Boom. As long as it holds this, then you're going to bounce back up. We do have more of like a uptrending support here, depending on how we want to see this pattern play. It looks like we're not even close to being done with this, the total momentum that we could have here. Because if I look at this, yeah, that's the uptrend. But then if you start looking at this, I'm still looking for this to play out here ultimately. So I probably wouldn't even sell it if it came through here. As long as this pattern holds true, I would just hold it through this pattern likely. But I really wanted to see it play off of this support here at 386, start bouncing back up. But we'll see, because that pattern's a long ways from being over. If we had a quick shot to the uptrending support here real quick, it's about a 4% drop. And then a push up to the top is 6.1%. If we look at the daily candle here, hasn't done much. We're trying to get up over 395 before the day's over. There's still over 10 hours and 20 minutes left. It does look like we're pushing more into a bullish momentum here. So we'll see if we can get some follow through here. We'll get some follow through at all here. And this could be a nice little move up here. So let's just pay attention. We need to break out of this so that the bear flag doesn't play true. Because even on this downward spiral here, even if a bear flag did play true, you could have a drop all the way down to 2.7 cents. And then if this played true and it was bullish, so these are basically what you're looking at for XDC. I like to show both targets. So for XDC on a breakup, you'd be looking at in current times 5.1 cents. On a breakdown, 2.7 cents. Right now with current market dynamics, how it is in the daily time frame, we would have to reverse this structure and start pushing back down, because as of right now, it looks like there could still be a little bullish momentum here left today. But we'll see. We'll see how this finishes playing out. We'll see how XRP finishes playing out as well. If you are watching right now, before I do this quick intro, just so I can timestamp this, please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. I would greatly appreciate it. It will help me push my content through the algorithm and allow YouTube to recommend this content and this update. That means when you're scrolling through the feed, whether you're a new viewer who's never heard of me or an older viewer, by my content being recommended and you hitting that like button, I pop up through the news feed. So when you're scrolling through the YouTube news or the YouTube feed, then you would see my content. So please consider hitting that like button so that YouTube recommends this content. It'll help us grow the community, and consider, not more than consider, if you're appreciating the content, join the over 21,400, almost 21,500 subscribers, as we're less than 15 away from 21,500. So it's pretty cool to see that. If you want to show me personal support, you can always send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army, as I ask for a little contribution each month. But, you know, not all months are solidified in generosity. Some are more about education, let's just put it. This has been a very slow month. Then if you're looking to trade XRP in the USA or worldwide, look in the video description below and or pinned comments. There's BITUNIX, lowest spot and leverage trading fees that I've found in the USA. You don't need to use a VPN. I don't want to feel like a criminal when I'm trading crypto, otherwise I'm not going to trade it. And then you don't need to do a KYC unless you're depositing or withdrawing from a bank. If you do it from another exchange, you don't even have to do it. So pay attention to that. And they're always up during high times of volatility. So that's in the video description below and or pinned comments. So good morning. 9:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, April 21st, 2024. I'm XRP future millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So again, I'd like to thank everybody here this morning for tuning in. Don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ here on this Sunday morning. It's always nice to keep our faith in hand and in the forefront so that we can maintain humbleness. No matter how far you advance in life, you always want to stay humble. Whether you have $1, 100,000, a million, a billion, you still need to stay humble. Everybody is on the same equal playing field. Finances don't dictate a person's situation. As far as their integrity. So make sure we are watching people for what they really are. So with Bitcoin, while I still have your attention, Bitcoin, as we know, if it can hold this support, and this is basically the whole crypto market is paying attention to this, 64,000. We really want to stay above 64K and start working our way back up to this 71,800 area. If we break down, first target's 57,000 area with that broadening wedge. But the technical target here, as we know, is 50,599 on a breakdown. This very well could be a very disguised bull flag here still playing out. And as we talked about in the total crypto market cap earlier, and we'll re-emphasize here with Bitcoin, way up, if this plays out as a W, you very well could have a very nice breakout up to 85K. On a breakdown, we already know it's going to 50,500. So that's what we're looking at here today when it comes to Bitcoin. When it comes to crypto, what else haven't I showed? XRP Bitcoin pairings down 0.25% at 812. We're still trying to break out of this descending structure. These are bullish reversals at the bottom. So this very well could have bottomed now. We're back within the formational structure. We've held that 798 area. Now we should be pushing up near 872. We do need to get it past this 20-day, which in the short term right now at 835 has been holding us back just a little bit, but nothing major. We've also got right now Bitcoin dominance chart is up 0.16%, up to 55.13% of all money is in Bitcoin now instead of the rest of crypto, as Bitcoin is flirting with being under 65K right now. But it's very volatile right now. We're very volatile. With the Bitcoin dominance, it looks like it's starting to come down here. And this would be good. This would be good. Yeah, Bitcoin might not be going up as fast as other altcoins. But altcoins need the market cap of Bitcoin to start coming down here, so that we have more of a money flow. Right now, we look to have an engulfing candle to the downside here in the daily. So this could be the start of a bearish reversal. We came up to 55.59%. We came below again. We hit our technical target of 57.01%. So this has played out absolutely 100% on the money. There's nothing else for the pattern to do if it's bearish. It came up here, it got rejected. And now the next job, if we do break down, would be to come back below that 52.38%. So let's see in the next 24 hours or so if Bitcoin stays hot, or if it does start to reverse down as far as the dominance goes. That doesn't mean the price action is going down. That just means the dominance might be shifted a little bit. XRP, we talked about the back test at the start of this update. So before I leave, because I'm getting ready to release this, our first retest here is going to be around that 618 or 518 level. If that breaks, we could start reversing here. So we want to make sure very closely and be very cautious that this level stays. Like I said, that's the rising channel support right there. So you don't want to fall back below that. And let's just say we lose 618. Let's look at the overwhelming handle support to see exactly where this dictates. The handle support right now is at 505. So if you're watching me right now, 50.5 cents is the line in the sand. If we consolidate down and we lose 50.5 cents, that is a bearish proposition. And any confirmation of that is very dangerous. Do not want a confirmation on the bottom side because we've already been bearish. Took a little bit of steam to come back up here, as we can see. And now it looks like we're trying to fill out the technical target to 54 cents and some change. And then if we can get past there, then our next major resistance is right here at the handle, mid-tier resistance at 60.3 cents. Make sure you hit that like button if you are watching so YouTube recommends this video. If you're looking to trade XRP, your favorite crypto, just look in the video description below and or pinned comment. There's BITUNIX. And then if you have the ability to MEXC on the other side of the world, take advantage. They have no spot or maker fee right now. So no spot fee essentially there. And then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join the almost 21,500 subscribers if you do appreciate my work. Have a blessed day, everybody. Don't let your emotions dictate what comes next. Positivity over negativity, as we don't want hate. We want love. and we want that unified response. So have a blessed Sunday, everybody. I'll see you later this afternoon. If you made it until the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments.